How's it going? Request to defend your faith. Convince me that God has more explanatory power than not God. I'm an atheist. Yeah, so I think that anything that God can explain, not God can explain. So if you think that God can explain more stuff than atheism, just request up and we can talk about it. I'm not trying to argue or anything. I'm just... Tap the screen, please, if you're in here, so that the algorithm picks us up. Tap the screen if you're in here, please. Let's get our first guest up here. Yeah, so trust MCM. If you believe that, then come on up. What's up, Mitch? How's your day going? It's going well. Good. Yeah, I hope you're doing well as well. It's the 23rd, so Christmas is soon. Trust MCM, thank you for liking the live. Summer, how's it going? Hey. I hope you're doing well. What does your promise mean? What do you mean? What does my promise mean? What? My promise? I don't get it. Oh, my prompt? Yeah, so Dean, come on up. Come on up, Dean. My prompt means playing make-believe. What do you mean? Oh, Riley, come on up. Defend your faith. I'm just saying that anything that God can explain, not God can explain. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to like make any strong like blasphemous claim or something. I'm just saying. If you think I'm playing make-believe, then request up. Or trust, request up. Yeah, let me prove you wrong, O'Reilly. I'm not trying to debate, even. Yeah, so God explained something. Let's say that I can explain something. Precept Mars, what's up, man? Welcome back. I'm glad that your live access got restored. Dean, come on up. Anything? So we're just saying that God can explain this. Can this be explained under some atheistic worldview? Right? We're just comparing worldviews. I'm not trying to debate. Yeah, Lulu, you're not coming up until we get to 10K. Sorry. Boom. There we go. Yeah, Dean, are you religious? I've seen you in AR's labs before. I don't know. I don't know if you're religious or not. I don't remember. I just remember seeing Dean Chasers as a username. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Carol Snow. I don't know who that is. Priest up. Are you still in here? I don't know if he's still in here. I don't think he's still in here. Sarcastic. Thank you guys for liking the live. I don't have long to be live, so I'm hoping he'll make me bow. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a request to come up. Come on, just talk about it. Zombie, it feels like you care because you're in the comments about it. But get up on stage about it. Is the prompt not like argumentative enough? I guess like I don't know. I have all these people in the comments and nobody wants to come up. Come up. Still no guest, Mitch. Damn, unfortunate. I have a lot of comment believers today. Imagine it's almost God's birthday and you're not going to come up here and defend him. Come on, Royal Crown. Are you the person who's going to defend God? I hope he convinces you. Yeah, come on up. Come on up. Beyond fame. I love this song. Junior Springer, it is God's birthday. You don't believe in that pagan you don't believe in that pagan myth, do you? Come on up. Junior, it's not pagan, okay? It's not pagan. It's not pagan, it's God's birthday, okay, Junior? Just pipe down about that. Ever seen the shape of the universe compared to a conscious mind? No, you want to explain it to me, Terry? Junior, it's not pagan. It's not based on demons. You're uninformed. You're falling for the media. It is his birthday. You bet I won't curse God? Fuck God. Or ask him to do bad stuff to me? God, do bad stuff to me. What's up? I mean, Dean Chase, like, it could be naturalism, it could be physicalism. It depends on what they say that God can explain. Yeah, Terry, come on up. Or Dean, come on up. Or Junior, come on up. Or Ro Jogan, come on up. 1 Peter 3:15, defend your faith, okay? 1 Thessalonians 5:17. What's up, Dean?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I've seen you on AR's live before. I don't remember if you're religious or not, but
yeah, been Muslim for 2 years.
Yeah, so my whole thing is I don't argue with morons. Yeah. Well, you're saying Christmas is pagan, Junior, so you're a moron. So go argue with yourself, okay? No, but my thing is like anything that God can explain, not God can explain. And I haven't found an example of something yet that God can explain that not God can't explain.
So what about naturalism, right? We could use that, maybe unpack that.
Well, I mean, I'm not beholden. Why I think that atheism has more explanatory power is because I'm not holden to naturalism. I don't have to be a naturalist or a physicalist or like anything like that.
Well, physicalist is not really. I mean, that's more of like a meta, right? But like,
yeah. But all I'm saying is like, what do you think that God explains that not God doesn't explain?
I don't like using the word God. We can say like some necessary being or some necessary existence. Whether it's a correct explanation or not, I just find it to be an explanation. Just because I mean, if you hold to like some nominalistic view, if you subscribe to that, right, meaning that like, hey, I only believe in like concrete particulars, right, not some universals. And I hear like naturalism as some explanation. To me, like that just seems like it's appealing to some like brute fact as opposed to like an actual explanation. So if I say like, hey,
wait, why does that have to be the case? Why couldn't there just be contingent facts?
No, if you say it depends, because if you hold naturalism as like a concrete particular, then that would be an explanation. I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
But I like gang shit, but I ain't with that guy shit, but I don't fuck with that shit.
Okay, sorry. I guess my mod just let somebody up.
Yeah, so I mean, what do you think? Like when I say, hey, what is nature? And I point at like the water cycle, and I point at the rock cycle, whatever that even, you get what I'm saying. Like I'm pointing at like particular instances of nature. If I were to remove like the water cycle, you wouldn't say that nature no longer exists. Right?
No, but do you believe in uniformity of nature?
Yeah, I believe there's uniformity in nature. Yeah.
Okay, do you think that time is one of the uniformities of nature?
Sure. I mean, neither here or there for me.
Okay, so I believe in a past eternal universe, so it is here or there than me.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so if you believe in like uniformity of nature, I think that's going to be motivation for you to believe in a past eternal universe as well.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't think. I mean, Avicenna. I don't think he has a problem. Like I have a problem. I don't think he has a problem like with transversing like an infinity. Like if you had like an infinite regress, can you come back? I don't think he necessarily has an issue with that. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
don't. There's not an issue. Like,
I think it's like it might have been like I have an issue with it, but I think it may be like an intuitive thing,
it
possibly.
isn't into it. Yeah, because when I first heard about it, I was like, "You're crazy," and then people who knew about it explained it to me, and now I understand it.
Do you have a Substack?
No, well, I do have a Substack. Yeah.
Okay. So my thing with that is that I just don't believe in like actual infinities. Like that's my issue. I've heard his, from what I gathered from him, it's a bit complicated. I'm a bit of a layman when it comes to like those kind of mathematics. So when I'm trying to go through this Substack, it's hard for me to gather. So I try to bring it to like someone like Stefan
Yeah.
or someone like that. Stefan's such a cool dude. Like he gave me like 4 paragraphs
Wait, but
of an
Dean,
explanation. But
wait, but Dean,
yeah.
do you agree that if uniformity of nature exists, that in any time t has t minus 1, right?
Sorry, one more time.
Yeah, if you believe that uniformity of nature is a thing, then you probably believe that for any time t, there's a time t minus 1 that's antecedent.
I don't see like you're like overlapping, which is fine. Like the whole like I don't see how uniformity is like necessary to some like infinite regress.
Oh, I'm not saying it's necessary. I'm just saying it's motivation for the idea that like if there are these uniform laws and mechanisms that like make time do the thing that it does, right? And if it's the case that for every recorded instance of anything, there's been a moment prior to that, then why would you think that starting now going in the past that mechanism is ever going to break down? Like what reasons do you have to believe that that's not going to be the case?
Yeah, I mean, Hazeli, he has a problem with this. I don't think Avicenna has an issue with this.
Wait, Dean, what do you believe?
I'm just trying to gather. Like, I'm just here to gather. That's it. I'm a layman. I don't even.
Yeah, but you believe in God. You're not enough of a layman to be agnostic.
Yeah, I mean, like, I believe that if we're gonna be presupposition free, right? Like, I don't really care about these narratives. Like, what
Yeah.
we know, right? I like in regards to like the hierarchy of inferencing tools. I just think intuition or direct experience with this kind of point of awareness is something that like I have to throw my hands up and be like, all right, that's something that I can't doubt.
Wait, are you saying that intuition is good evidence?
Intuition meaning like, hey, I feel like I should turn left and right. Not like that. I'm talking about like a direct experience. Like I have a direct experience with awareness. Right.
Okay, yeah. So do you also have a direct experience with time?
Direct experience with time, like movement and stuff like that.
Like, do you experience yourself going from moment to moment?
Right, but I can doubt that though.
Why, if you have a direct experience?
It's just because I can. No, that's the thing. It's like what I have a direct experience with is like maybe this point of awareness, but that's something that I can't doubt. Right? I'm just alluding to like I don't know, man. I'm like a nihilist, right? Skeptic, graduate to mystic. So I'm over here like, oh, okay, maybe can I doubt that I'm doubting? Can you like existence exists? Sure, there is this point of awareness. Do I encompass it? Does it encompass me? I don't know. If we're gonna go with the whole like
Wait. 1 second, Dean. I need you to answer the question. What do you think God explains that not God can't explain?
I think God is an explanation, and I think naturalism is just not an explanation. It's just some brute fact, unless if you hold it as some concrete particular, and then it's like, all right.
Wait. So just say something that God explains that atheism can't explain. Just name a thing.
I don't know. Now I'm a bit confused because you're
so
saying
like
name,
you could say you could
like
say
a
like
hat. Can you explain what that hat? Yeah, you can. I'm sure. Like
yeah.
I don't have any issues with that.
Yeah, but you could say anything, and I'm going to be able to explain that on an atheist worldview. So if you're agreeing just that we have equal explanatory power, are you granting that?
Yeah, as long as it depends on what your explanation is, really.
Yeah, but if we both have the same explanatory power, then you agree that you should be an atheist because it's more.
I don't think naturalism is an
I'm not
explanatory
saying
power.
naturalism. I'm saying atheism.
Well, let's unpack that. Like, so work with something. I need an example, like, because it's kind of confusing me a bit.
Wait, but in order for me to give you an example, you're gonna have to give me something that God explains, and then I can say how I can explain that.
Let's say X state of affairs. I say God. You say what?
Yeah, past eternal universe, naturalism can explain
Naturalism.
that. Yeah,
Okay. Wait, past eternal universe or naturalism, or is
a
it
past eternal universe with naturalism.
with naturalism?
Manifesting, Terry Bryant, manifesting. Explain that. Yeah, it's false. Doesn't exist. You're dumb. Sorry.
Yeah. So, like, again, I don't think naturalism, unless if you hold it as like a concrete particular, I don't think that's an explanation.
Why?
Because if you're saying, hey, there's this X is this pattern and regularity, right? If we're saying, hey, what is the explanation for this pattern and regularity? You're just going to give me something that I already know, that it's a pattern and regularity. So you're referencing like some, not you, but like from what I gathered.
Yeah, like the royal sense of you. Yeah, I get it.
Like it's more pointing to like some universal that's a collective of these concrete particulars,
Yeah,
as
okay,
opposed
so
to some
wait,
concrete
what,
particulars.
so what if there's some primitive, some semantic prime like way of explaining it where it can't be like analyzed anymore or something?
I don't know what, like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so what if like we're breaking it down, right? And it's just so happens that like naturalism, what explains like the nomological laws that we have is just going to be some prior state of affairs, and what explains that is going to be some prior state of affairs, and then obviously you're going to keep repeating that.
Right. And the issue would be like you're saying it would be like an intuitive problem, nothing more than that, to transverse these prior state of affairs.
Yeah, I mean we both agree we're in the present moment.
Yeah, but like the opposition would be like, hey, that would never actualize, right?
No, but they would be wrong because they just wouldn't
Right.
understand an infinite set. Yeah.
And your reasons for why they're wrong is because it's intuitively wrong. If you are given an infinite amount of time, you can transverse an infinite about
No, I'm saying if the past is like an infinite regress or something, no matter how long it is, it's always going to be a finite number of days from today. So there's no problem with like I'm not saying you can complete an infinite. I'm saying you can like no matter how far into the past the infinite past goes, it's always going to be a finite number of days away from today.
And that's the position you hold.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying, hey, I'm the sniper, you're my spotter.
Yep.
Yep. There can be an infinite chain of gaining permission. The sniper can take the shot.
Yes.
And your reasons for that is
It's not logically impossible
not
to say
logically
that.
impossible. And
Yeah.
Is there any other reasons for that?
Yeah, it's not logically impossible for the sniper to take the shot, and
Uh-huh.
for any amount of permission he's going to need, it's going to be a finite number of permissions away from taking the shot.
So you're saying by virtue of it being finite, you're gonna be able to go to the point of where the shot takes place.
Yeah, and I have no reason to think that that's not the case.
Okay, and that's anything else other than that?
Well, I mean, those are just like the two very strong reasons what that like can't be defeated. Like,
So
yes.
you're saying some naturalists, infinite regress, like a bit of those, like a little bit of those two ideas. In regards to like naturalism, and we spoke about nominalism, are you still holding to this kind of naturalistic explanation? You don't see how it's kind of almost like some brute fact as opposed to an explanation, or
In fact, if the PSR is true, like if a past infinite universe is true, some version of the PSR is going to be true. I think maybe that's entailed. I'll have to think about it, but I've been like playing around with the idea that maybe it's entailed some weak version of the PSR.
see when I say PSR, I don't mean like I only mean like let's just stay away from like brute facts, like endpoints. That's it. So it's like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
okay,
But
so like if
you're
I were to
saying that, then an infinite past fits with that way more than God does.
maybe that's something that I need to like because I don't even know what that like what that statement. I don't even know what that means. Like
What?
it's something- like an infinite past can fit where God is. Wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
so I'm saying if you hold to the fact that there are no brutes and it's only contingents, right? An infinite past is going to give you only contingents, where God is going to give you brutes.
When you're talking about like contingent existences or
Yeah,
contingent, yeah. So
contingent states of affairs.
I don't have a problem with contingent states of
Does
affairs,
that make
right?
sense?
It makes sense, but like how Avicenna's views on this argument, he holds it as necessary. So it's like
What
I
do you believe?
I'm just trying to gather from both of them, right?
Okay,
Yeah, I'm skeptical of both still. Like
I
I'm skeptical of naturalism. I'm
I'm gonna let
skeptical.
somebody else up. Okay, you can chill, but I think we both know where we stand for right now.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I love you. Bye.
Love you, man.
What's up, Red Ace?
What's going on, brother?
How you doing?
I'm good, bro.
Do you believe in God?
Absolute.
Do you think that God has more explanatory power than not God?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
That
What do you
sounds
think? What do you think God can explain that I can explain with not God?
the beginning of time.
Yeah. So, on my view, time doesn't have a beginning.
Yeah, but that's clearly not correct because you can't complete an infinite process. So I don't know why.
Oh wait. Sorry. 1 second. I was larping. Why can't there be some beginning of time through some spontaneous state of affairs?
Well, I didn't claim what God is. I didn't say what it is, did I? I'm not a religious person.
I said, do you believe in God?
There was existence.
Wait,
And
Red. Red. Do you believe in the Christian God,
No,
the
definitely
Muslim
not.
God,
No, definitely
Hindu
not.
God?
None of the religions.
Define God. Define God.
The beginning of the universe, timeless, spaceless entity. That's it.
Okay, cool. I believe in God. Thanks for convincing me.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah, later. It's just useless to define God as something. Like, it's just useless. Like, I define God as some redness, cylindrical, tasty, carbonated beverage. Okay, I agree. A Coke exists. Like, what's the actual problem? The definition of the lack of infinite potential. It is also vanilla. Thank you. You remember, huh? Is it also vanilla? Is crazy. Dwight, you're the GOAT. OG Kylo, what's up? Yeah, that guy was weird. He said, I define God as some timeless, spaceless thing that created the beginning of time. Okay. Cool. I believe in God. Which at least contradicts physicalism. Come up on every bear enthusiast. Come on up. What UPD, what's the UPD, Robbie? Sorry. Maybe I know what it is, I just don't know the okay, how? There's a pink and blue multi-guest thing, and then you click that and you click request, bear enthusiast. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, what's up? Are you 18?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Are you 18?
Yeah. Well, older than 18, but yeah.
Nice. Do you think that God has? Are you like a Christian or something? Do you think God has more explanatory power than not God?
No, I'm agnostic.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just wanted to come here to explain what you're saying?
You asked me to come up. I was just saying that, like, if he's defining God as like a timeless, immaterial thing, and we like admit that into our ontology, then at least that would demonstrate that like physicalism is false, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But at least gets us something, right? Because a lot of people like to like cling to physicalism, and so like a sort of heretical, like deistic view like that,
Yeah.
where they're only concerned with like the first cause arguments.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and you're saying like if we're like taking on this ontological commitment of like there is some spaceless, timeless thing, then physicalism is false.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I think I was just granting him the poetry of like God is what's in my heart, think kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like, cool, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that stuff is kind of nonsense. But I do think people actually have like principled views about like the best explanation for the start of
yeah.
time.
I mean, maybe on a panel I'll be like, no Christians, no Muslims, no popular religions. Come up if you have an idiosyncratic definition of God, and let's decide which one's the best or something. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously if you're like a pantheist, then God and not God to me are the same thing under that purview. So yeah.
Yeah. So what are your arguments like against Christian? Like if I was to say I was Christian.
Yeah,
What-
I believe that an infinite past is the strongest argument, because if there was an infinite past, there was no beginning, so that means it wasn't created. And if the kind of thing that does creating is a creator, there's not one of those.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good route. And they're like, are you familiar with like William Lane Craig's work?
Yeah, the Kalam.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah.
new Kalam. Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
I think that's a promising route.
Yeah, the universe, like the second premise, people object to, but I've been formulating my own objections to the first premise, because I think that like everything begins to exist has a cause. There might be some contradiction there, depending on whether it's like causally prior or like temporally prior. The terms begins and cause. Everything that begins referent A has a cause referent B. Is A or the cause of A B the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I get it. There's some like cause and effects that happen like simultaneously. So it's like if you sit on a couch, the cause and the effect are happening at the same time. Like you sitting on it is causing the effect of the couch to sink, right? But that's only because you and the couch exist. If going from nothing and then something beginning to exist, I'm not sure how cause and effect can be understood atemporally.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good. Yeah. I think Grandma P are views about that.
Yeah.
All right. Good
Yeah,
views.
cool.
Yeah. I agree
Thanks,
with
man. Love you.
you. Good luck. Love you too.
I love how everybody's just like, people's response to the "I love you." I'm so liberal with saying "I love you." People's response is just like, either they'll say it or they won't. But usually, if they do say it, they're at least somewhat surprised, and it's funny. Yeah, come on up. We're tanking. That's fine. I only have so long to be live anyway. Let me look for Robbie's comment. Maybe he said something. Okay, unfalsifiable pair diagnosis. Yeah, do you want to come up and explain what that is, Robbie? Unfalsifiable pair. God is the heart of the cards. True. Yeah, I agree with you. Also, TikTok's like character limit on comments have people like discussing philosophy in like super like text bro, like BRB G2G read SCP info at like objectivism or something. What's up, Precept? Yo, P-Mars. We talked to Darth Dawkins last night for like an hour and didn't talk about religion at all. It was awesome. Talked about like all his favorite TV shows and favorite movies, and he's really into like special effects and stuff. It was cool. Hey, what's up? Yeah, we talked to Darth Dawkins last night for like an hour and didn't mention religion at all. It was kind of cool.
Saw that. I went to sleep.
Yeah.
Would
I
you
can
guys movies and Apple products.
You said what?
Did you guys talk about movies and Apple products?
Yeah, he talked about a bunch of shows and a bunch of movies, and then we talked about VFX for like an hour. Are you here to laugh at We'll laugh at me with Christians?
I just woke up and I'm eating a salad.
Nice.
I don't want to turn into Matt Dillahunty.
That's true. He's a skeptic of diet and exercise. I guess I'll open up the prompt since you're up here to more to less offensive prompts.
The non-God world doesn't have any explanatory power.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of cringe that people think it does. I'm just LARPing up here.
Are you like a Christian? What the fuck? You know you're not gonna say?
You said what?
So are you actually a Christian?
No, I'm not a Christian. I was agreeing with you for the sake of not fighting about it. Oh, I don't know if we know do we know your phalangical fluid choices, PRs? People in the comments are dying to know. Dang. Hey, Fili, I saw you live earlier. I commented on your stream. Did you just get live access? That's really cool. That's exciting. I think you're going to facilitate great conversations. Yeah, he ran. This is what they do. Look. Biological realists run from the phalangical fluid question. Just got live access? Hell yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be great. PMARS is a known racist. I think he's pretty secretive about it. Didn't see your comment? Oh yeah, I just said ILYSM. That's all I said. And then like I just tapped the screen a few times and then I left. Well, I guess I can turn the music back on now. If nobody's here. I think we're alone now. What's up, Fili?
Hi. So my good reason for eating meat is probably not a good reason.
Okay, you want to do this? You want to do this? I'm just kidding.
I think
were you doing your 30 minutes today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get guests. That's the most interesting part is the conversations.
Yeah, you're gonna be great at that. Yeah.
I don't think I want to do big panels though. I don't think that's my style.
You want to do more like this?
Yeah.
You're converting people and deconverting people one at a time, huh? Systematically.
Am I? I don't know if I'm converting or deconverting anybody.
Well, I think you are. People, every time you talk to somebody, they private message me. Dang, got to change my whole belief system now.
Yeah,
yeah. You have 100% conversion rate. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the reason that I eat meat is because I've always eaten meat. I enjoy eating meat. And it is way too overwhelming, and there's way too many other things in my life to have to change to focus any emotional energy on that.
Yeah, I sympathize with that. I'm not like a crazy person who like, oh, you do meatless Mondays? Not good enough. Oh, you only eat meat on Mondays? Still not good enough. I don't care. Like, I think like, for me, it's like reducing where you can, and like I'm a vegan, but I'm an ethical vegan, so like there will be times when I'm like looking at Dia slices of cheese, right? And then I look over at the pepper jack and I just think about what I'm doing, and as long as it's worth it to me to make that choice, okay, cool, I'll cheat and I'll get a pack of cheese or something. But like I mean, how often does that happen? It happens less and less, but it still does happen. And like if I go to a restaurant and I order an Impossible burger and they're one of the weird restaurants that put cheese on it. Okay, boom. I've paid for this now. I think that paying for it is the worst part, so I'm gonna eat it. So I don't waste it. That's fine. Yeah.
Did you choose that way of interacting with your food at a young age?
No, I've only been vegan for like 4 years. And right now I'm not eating a vegan diet because of some gastroenterology thing that I have, but I'm gonna be eating a vegan diet again soon.
And the biggest motivator for you is the ethics of it.
Yeah, I just don't think that there's anything that's true about animals that if that thing were true about humans, we would treat them the same way. Right?
I don't think that there's anything true about animals that if it were true of humans,
Yeah.
we would treat them the same way.
Yeah. Like for
Can
example,
you
could
rephrase
say
that? Yeah.
yeah. So like, oh, 1 second. Let me mute.
You are on right here, right now's live stream. You can tap the screen and share with your friends. And it really helps boost it if you give right here, right now a heart me. It only costs 1 coin. Thank you for listening to this commercial break. And the viewership is dropping. Yes. He's going to come back from his pause and be like, what did you do? Hi, Herbal Giraffe. Oh, yeah, you're the Star Surfer person, aren't you? I really like that. I really like Star Surfer phrase. I got your viewership lowered for you.
You did?
I did.
Good.
I was working on getting you a ban also, but I didn't go
It just
quite
didn't
that
happen?
No.
You're speed running the ban? What were oh yeah, so to rephrase, I think like okay, if we take a cow, there's going to be a list of attributes that are true about that cow. And a human is going to have a list of attributes that are true about that human, right? I don't know what attribute or list of attributes that if we moved it over from the cow list to the human list, we would like, okay, this thing is no longer worthy of moral consideration.
Do you think that a cow is equal to a human?
No, but I don't think that $10 is equal to $100 either. But I think that if you have $10, well, if you have $100 and I have $10, we both have enough money to get a Coke from the vending machine, right? So if like sentience worthy of not being killed is X amount, I think cows definitely have it. And even though we have way more than that level, I think we both have the amount not to be killed if we don't want to die.
Okay. I'm following you.
Yeah, that's the way I think of it. And if I had to do like a one sentence vegan argument, my favorite that I've come up with is like, I don't think it's moral to take the life of something that doesn't want to die if you don't have to. But again, I'm not in my like preaching era of veganism. Like I think that veganism turns people against their very close friends when really they're against like the alienation of the consequences.
Sorry, I need you to repeat that. My brain didn't.
Yeah, so it like we all participate in this society, and we can't vet every purchase to make sure it's ethical, right?
Yes.
So
correct.
I think that like if veganism, if I'm against veganism, right? I can never talk about it to anyone I love and do the good that I'm trying to do. But I think that vegans they talk to their inner social circles, right? And it's easy to like wear away at those bonds at the altar of like needing to preach your message or something.
Okay, I'm following you.
Yeah.
I'm following.
I would much rather never talk about veganism with people that I care about, because I know that they know how I feel about it, and I know that my nagging at them is only going to make them feel guilty about it.
And it's only going to erode the relationship.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not going to get them closer towards veganism.
Exactly. And even let's say that they did. Let's say that, like, okay, burn that bridge, but they're vegan. I mean, is that the outcome I wanted? Probably not. Probably I wanted to stay friends with them and have a new vegan friend or something. Yeah.
So, Terry in the chat says, what about mice and the billions of them they unalive each year to feed us salad?
Yeah.
And
So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know about the accuracy of that statement, but I do know, like, yeah, there's like like eating vegetables is not completely.
It's not, but that's why the veganism is like to the furthest extent practical and practicable. The minimization of suffering of creatures with sentience, right? So, like, how much farmland do you think that I eat versus how much farmland do you think a cow eats, Terry?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
a cow's going to require vastly more farmland than I am. So if we could press the button and everybody went vegan overnight, we would need only about like 20% of the farmland that we have on the earth right now to feed everybody on the earth, like 3 times over.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, but I understand it's because cows eat a lot of farmland worth of food to make the food. It's literally just cutting out the middleman, right? Yeah.
Cow is the middleman.
The cow's the middleman. Eat these curds and whey, cow. Whoosh, whoosh. Burger, good. You know, it's like, okay.
Do cows eat curds and whey?
No, I was just using that as like a stupid word example. They're growing meat in labs now. Lab grown meat is vegan to me.
Okay.
Vegan isn't about not eating animals. You can eat roadkill. If you pass by a cow and it has a stroke and it, you see its spirit fly and there's an apple pie odor that clucks its nose and brings it up to heaven, you can eat that cow. Like,
well, there's a visual.
Yeah. And then the smell just grabs it by the nose or by the ring and then pulls it up.
Yeah.
Because if vegans gave a fuck about death, we would just be abolishing road systems, right? Like, people get in car accidents a lot. It's like one of the leading causes of death. But there's no vegans out here that are like, highways, more like dieways. It's like.
I'm sorry, I'm way lost. What happened? Where's the thread?
So, like, if vegans were about like no death or whatever.
No death.
Yeah, because some people think it's about like not eating meat or like not killing animals. It's not necessarily about that. That may be entailed due to some like suffering constraint, but like people have car accidents on the road, and vegans aren't out here saying like abolish the road systems, right?
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay,
we've all engaged in some social contract where the utility of a highway is worth X amount of lives a year.
Yeah.
Because if people cared about it and weren't for it, there would just be like protests on the highways, Yeah. But so it's a land issue. Yeah. Right now we have enough farmland to feed everybody like 10 times over, and we would reduce farmland if we reduced factory farming. But again, thank you so much. I'm not sure what those do yet, but that's only because I've only been.
I've been told that the heart me's and the team bracelets, TikTok prioritizes those in like showing that the live creator has built a following of people that will come back on a regular basis, and nice. Value that and push it out into the FYP.
Okay. Nice.
If you want new people seeing your live.
Nice.
I don't know how accurate that is, but the simple thing to do.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks so much. So much. Wow. But yeah, I don't really like to. Like, my favorite vegan argument is obviously going to be name the trait, but like running that when you're not
Name
name the trait.
the trait.
Yeah, so it's like the premise is like, do you think that it's a moral thing to do to vote for factory farming with your dollar, like cows? And if you say, yeah, I don't see the issue with it. Okay. If it were humans, would you think it's okay to vote for that with your dollar? No, I don't think that's okay. Okay, and then I would ask you the same question I asked earlier, like what trait that's true about a cow that if it were true about a human would make you change your mind? And it's really hard to come up with some trait or list of traits that like makes a moral value distinction.
Yeah, I guess I know this isn't what you're asking, but where my brain goes with that is, well, I'm part of the human species. I want to value the human species more than I value other species.
Yeah. The reductio that would come for that is like, let's say that scientists created some like marshmallow gun or something that like if anybody touched it, it would alter their DNA such that they couldn't reproduce with a human. They would be in a different like genus, right? Different species. But they still had like the same level of being able to enter moral contracts and like form relationships and stuff. And let's say that like they've been secretly breeding these people like in outer space or something, and they introduce a whole new town of these people, and they tell everybody about it, and there's no doubt in your mind that these people are not the same species as us. Would you be okay with like factory farming those things for food?
No.
So yeah, so it's name the trait is like a really good consistency tester, because like any trait that you give, we're just gonna like make that the case for humans, and then ask again, and then it's like a big sign that your intuitions about what you care about when giving something more value aren't as accurate as they seem when you're not confronted with the consequences, right? I think that nobody who eats meat is doing a bad thing, because most people who eat meat are going and just buying options that they have available to them, and they are not thinking about the consequences, and they are alienated from those consequences on purpose, right? Like Chick-fil-A is having cows advertised to kill chickens, and then you think like, I'm on the cow's side, right? Like just some like crazy. They don't call it. They call it pork, not pig. They call it beef, not cow. They call it. There's a lot of like demoralization that goes on.
Like added layers so that it doesn't become so close to reality. The thing is, I lived in a place where I saw the chickens that I ate.
Yeah.
Every day. Like I wasn't terribly removed, but I do know it's not like every time I eat a hot dog I'm thinking about the animal that lives a certain type of life.
And under my like worldview, right? As long like if I go to a function, because you know that like every potluck you go to, there's gonna be food that's thrown away. There are so many leftovers. So if I see something, I'm not one of those vegans that says cheeseburgers don't taste good, right? Obviously, cheeseburgers taste amazing. I think that to pretend like cheeseburgers don't taste good when you're arguing again, like for veganism, is you just lose people right off the bat, right? So like if I go to a function and I see like some like bacon mac and cheese dish, right? And there's like 2 trays of it, I'll have a scoop of it if I think that it will be wasted. Or like towards the end of the party, if there's still like a lot left, I'll say, okay, I think the threshold has been passed to where I would be saving this from being wasted, and therefore, like I am allowed to like make this consideration at this point or something. Yeah.
And it's a conscious.
As long as you think about it and you're okay with it, like people can say that they wouldn't have made the same choice, but they can't say that you didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good combo.
Yeah.
Are you pro-life?
Am I pro-life? That's a question. I have much empathy and do not feel like I am in a position to make rules and laws. And personally, do not think that I could. It would take extreme circumstances for me to have an abortion.
Are you saying that to allude to the fact that you think that other people are making the wrong choice, quote unquote? Or are you saying that to allude to the fact that even though that you wouldn't do it, you wouldn't impose laws against it?
Maybe both. I don't know.
Yeah.
I definitely have been pro-life in the past.
Yeah.
And
I think that like so I think that veganism and pro-life and like feminists, like all these are examples. The linguistic realism thing,
mhm.
like I'm a feminist because if you look up the definition of feminist, it means equal treatment of both sexes.
Yes.
But I don't. But when I hear people say these feminists, I know they're not talking about. If you ask a conservative, right, they might be a feminist based on the definition, but that doesn't change the fact that when people hear the word feminist, they think of some blue-haired, like vagina hat wearing liberal in college screaming. You know what I mean?
I had someone recently explain to me, and I thought there was a lot of wisdom here. Is he was saying that instead of using labels, he used descriptors. He tries to use descriptors. So instead of saying I don't know, I can't come up with a good. I'm a vegan.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a connotation that comes to people's mind when they hear vegan. He might say, and see, I'm not a vegan, so am I going to get these words right?
You're good.
I choose to be very conscious about what I eat and consider the moral implications on a daily basis.
Yeah. Yeah, that gets through the shortcut problem, right?
The stereotype, right? Like it's harder for somebody to pigeonhole you if you're not using the labels that
they associate with those holes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good for sure. Yeah.
So I guess we would have to define what pro-life and pro-choice is, and I would probably be more pro-choice than that's so gross.
Sorry. You'd be more pro-choice than pro-life?
I'd probably be more pro-choice than the Fili Red of a year ago would, be interested in acknowledging.
Yeah. I think that there's also been a shift since I've debated pro-choice in the past, like years ago, and I'm just like re-entering debate spaces now. But since I've been gone,
I cannot breathe for the first time.
there's a new shift that's happened where pro-choice means willy-nilly, pro-life means pro-choice, like the exceptions, right? And then abolitionist means pro-life.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, so even in the years since it's been like a hot topic, there's been a shift in the parlance where it's like, oh, pro-choice means you'll just like you'll just like punch a pregnant woman in the stomach if you want, and you don't even care. And pro-life means grape, incest, life of the mother, and then abolitionist means I don't give a fuck about the mother. I don't know. Yeah.
Being in the deconstruction from faith process has definitely shifted the way I view fetuses.
How recently were you religious?
Very, very like I I really work at anonymity on here because I still work for a church organization. Like
Oh,
I'm like
wow.
3 months from crisis of faith, and maybe like 2 months from, maybe 1 month from saying I am a deconstructing Christian leaning towards agnosticism.
Oh,
I
wow.
have not publicly disavowed Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
but
You don't have to.
when I use my, well, I don't know, my internal integrity is pushing me towards that point.
Okay.
But the, yeah, I'm also just giving myself time. I know people who have, I don't know if you can. Okay. I know people who have had like serious breakdowns and religious psychosis and stuff from the kind of deconstruction that I've been doing. So I'm just being pretty gentle with myself in the process. At least trying.
Yeah, that's profound.
Yeah.
You like, like resources that you can go to, right? Like recovering from religion, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. You can stop talking about this whenever you want, but like, what like tipped the scale for you?
So I am so intrigued with this question for myself, and I've been trying to figure it out, because why is it? Why now? Like, what is it? And I don't even know if I can know, but there are three main things that I think, was it three? I don't know. There was multiple reasons that I think have a good chance of being why the scales were tipped. One is that my child is the age that I was when I think I had my first religious trauma.
Mm.
And I've learned about the psychological subconscious processes of how it's actually a pretty typical thing for a parent when they have a child of a certain age or a close niece or nephew, that when that child is the age of a trauma, there's a level of processing that goes on that is just unlocked, is available, that wasn't necessarily before. That's the most recent reason that I've had an epiphany about. I also have just been slowly walking away. And since I was a preteen, but my family of origin was very, it wasn't the religious black and white that a lot of my peers had. So there was room for doubt, and there was room for, well, some Christians believe X, some believe Y, some believe Z, and the Bible can support every position, and we don't actually know. And so, that kind of gray thinking allowed, like, I think if there had been more, no, this is right, I would have pushed back and I would have left way earlier.
Yeah.
And
What?
sorry, just looking at the chat.
Yeah.
And the third reason is that I left an abusive marriage that I was in for over a decade. And I knew it was bad, but it was only after I left that I was able to give it the label abusive.
Yeah. Same.
And you as well?
Yeah. I was like barely a person for like 7 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I told you that I was debating in spaces and I'm only recently making it back, is because I like misidentified me wanting to like be interested in philosophy and debate and stuff as a problem with who I am as a person, because of how often I was berated by like physically and like being called annoying and stuff about it. Yeah. But I don't want to interrupt.
Sorry you
We
experienced
can
that.
talk about, I'm sorry about yours as well. We can talk about mine some other time. Keep going, please.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Since being able to identify it as abuse, learning about abuse, learning how to pay attention to people's actions way more than people's words. Did he leave or did you drop him?
He left.
Because I was talking with him about this a few days ago, and
Was he
yeah,
not?
he was polite generally, but it was a very interesting conversation, and I wanted to dig down deeper into his objections to what I was saying, but he dropped, and I approached him another time, and I don't think he's interested in discussing that with me.
Yeah.
But his what he had said to me is that it's impossible for God to be abusive, because that's my conclusion. That's where I'm going here, is that in learning about abuse and how to spot it, then I had that framework without intentionally doing this. I started seeing my faith through that lens and identifying the abusive tactics of the God of the Bible.
Yes.
And
the church.
And the church, very much so. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been aware of religious trauma and control and stuff for a long, long time. But it was the framework of, oh, God's actions are abusive. They're just not labeled as abusive.
Yeah.
That really shook things up for me as well. Those are the three things. Thanks for letting me give my little life story there.
No, that's awesome. Like that, and that's why like usually when I have a prompt up that's for like causing people to like get angry, I'll have at the bottom no special pleading, because like same thing as you, like what do you mean you're gonna like sacrifice your son to save me? Like that's gaslighting. Like what do you mean? Like all of these things that like the church teaches, and like how especially depending on like the level of your dogma, like Calvinists like thinking that like, you know, like infants who are getting punched and the person punching the infant are both equally deserving of hell, and like it's like, whoa.
What is special pleading though? What is that?
Saying that like in other cases when this happens, yeah, I would call this person this thing, but like God's the exception.
Oh, okay. So that's what Mars was doing. He was saying, well, God can't be abusive because God is God.
Yeah, that's exactly special pleading.
Okay. Yeah.
If we're defining abusive as like always throws snowballs at me and like ties my shoelaces together, and you're admitting that God throws snowballs at me and ties my shoelaces together, but somehow he's not abusive, you're either equivocating on abusive, aka using a different definition, or you're special pleading, yeah, I'm using that definition, but God isn't that for some special reason.
Oh, okay. Thank you for describing that a little bit more, because now I will remember what special pleading is, because it's a special situation. It's
yeah. And like the whole like, look, if on a first date like that any of your stuff happened or any of my stuff happened, we wouldn't have made it that far. Like you wouldn't have made it
exactly.
You wouldn't have made it to a decade. I wouldn't have made it to 7 years. Like
no,
it takes
a chance.
It takes a trickster.
Yep.
To slowly like boil the frog, as it were, like to lukewarm up the abuse, and like every now and then just snap, and then then it's like moving the cup when you put it away. Okay, like I can't even do this right. Oh, like, but then you just like you're just like are less and less and less and less of a respectable person in your own mind, and then so once somebody like my partner right now, she'll ask me some question, and I'll just be blown away that I even can have an input on a certain thing after it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, I'm still learning areas in myself that have been eroded that I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
It's insidious.
It's insidious. Yeah. Thank you for talking about all that. I'll definitely I'll definitely tell you about all my stuff at some point.
Okay, question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think the average person can know why they do what they do?
Just on face value, yeah, but probably there's a reason why you're asking this question. So go ahead.
Well, it's the you asked me what was the inciting thing or whatever you said. Like why are you doing
Oh
this?
yeah, why what converted you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's can anybody really know why they do what they do, or do we all just rationalize things after the fact?
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I think on like trivial choices, I think that that's why I define good as like what you have the most reasons to do, and I define bad as like what you have most reasons not to do.
But do you do the things because of the reasons, or do you do the things and then your brain fills in the reasons afterwards? Because
That's an interesting question. Yeah.
there's somebody was telling me about this, and I know I've read about it, and I'm terrible at bringing sources, but
I've read it. I know what you're talking about. Like your synapses will make the decision before you think of the decision or something.
exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting to think about and like what it entails about like choice and stuff. But I mean, I don't. At the end of the day, I don't think it doesn't really turn on the fact of like if you convince somebody that Christianity is wrong, they have no choice but to be convinced because it's the case that you convince them. So on that front, I agree that like people can be motivated against changing their mind, but have no choice because what you said was just compelling. 1 second. Yeah, so oh, I like your mushroom.
I'm a mushroom now.
I like your mushroom. Okay, so
Yours is pretty cool. The black and white and red.
Yeah, that's my style. If you
With your
can't tell.
art style, yeah, and your tattoo, and yeah.
I have a whole back piece in that style.
Oh,
Bop, 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 bop. Oh, that's a lemonade. Okay, so yeah, in that sense, I don't think that choice is very important. But I think that you make choices for sure. Oh, thank you for liking the live, Tupac. I think that you make choices for sure, and whether like you ad hoc them or not, I just think that being wrong feels exactly like being right, and so.
wait a second. You think that being wrong feels like being right?
I think it feels exactly the same.
So when I say I know it's wrong that I'm eating meat, yet I am eating meat,
Oh
that feels like
no. Like when you make a stand, when you think something is correct, right? If you let's say that you thought that like I don't know the angles of a triangle, you saw this thing is like 183 degrees, right? And that makes sense because like 1, 2, 3, 180. Okay, boom. And then you're saying this thing, and you could just easily look up that it's 180 degrees, right? You, when you say 183 degrees, think that you're right, but you're wrong. But it feels exactly the same.
oh sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a personal example of that has actually really shaken the way I think about things.
Yeah, what's up?
My wedding,
Uh-huh.
I have 4 cousins, and I knew that only 3 of them were at my wedding. And I talked to literally everybody at my wedding. And for years, I would have said that it was cousin A, B, and C that were at my wedding, and D was not there.
Yeah.
And then I saw a photo of cousin A, B, and D.
And C wasn't there.
C was not there. And like
Yeah.
it of course it felt like I was right when I said A, B, and C were there.
Yeah.
And that has shifted the way I trust memory.
Yes. And just like when somebody says oh, God's not real, how do you know that for sure? It's like, okay, like first of all, I don't need to know for sure to know. I just need to know to a certain degree of confidence, and I'm okay with working with that for now. But yeah, that's definitely that's cool that you were able to think of an example right off the top of your head. Yeah.
Yeah, it shifted my level of confidence in knowing myself and in my interactions with people, for sure.
I'm having like huge memory memory issues right now. Like in the past year, I've like forgotten like a bunch of stuff. Now I don't think it's in like a scary kind of way. I just think
Well,
it's in a
if you experienced abuse, that's trauma. That changes your brain.
Yeah, I suppose that could be. Well, but mine's more like I don't know, like movies and like songs that I used to be like every scene I got it. Like I can now I can watch movies that I've seen before, and I can like experience them for the first time again or something. Yeah,
So something's shifted in the way you're experiencing that.
maybe. I do have to take off right now. I gotta go help carry stuff. But
Nice to chat with you, Zach.
yeah, so nice to chat with you like always. Love you, Philly. Bye, guys.
Bye.